Once upon a time, a couple longed for a child. They lived near a magnificent garden that belonged to an enchantress. The wife, who was pregnant, craved the Rapunzel plant that grew in the enchantress's garden. The husband couldn't resist his wife's desire and decided to steal some Rapunzel for her. However, the enchantress caught him in the act. She agreed to spare his life only if they promised to give her their child once it was born. The desperate couple agreed, and when their daughter was born, they handed her over to the enchantress. They named her Rapunzel, after the plant that led to their fateful encounter. Rapunzel grew up in a tall tower deep in the forest. The enchantress visited her regularly, calling out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel had beautiful long hair that reached the ground, and she would lower her hair so the enchantress could climb up to the tower. Years passed, and Rapunzel became a young woman with golden locks that flowed down the tower. One day, a prince riding through the forest heard Rapunzel singing. Captivated by her voice, he followed the sound and discovered the tower. The prince secretly watched as the enchantress visited Rapunzel and learned the secret phrase to enter the tower. After the enchantress left, the prince called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel, thinking it was the enchantress, lowered her hair, and the prince climbed up to see her. They instantly fell in love and continued to meet in secret. The prince promised to rescue Rapunzel from the tower. He brought a length of silk so Rapunzel could fashion a ladder to climb down. However, their plans were foiled when the enchantress discovered their secret meetings. In a fit of rage, the enchantress cut off Rapunzel's beautiful hair and banished her to a faraway desert. When the prince arrived, he found the enchantress waiting for him. Heartbroken and desperate, he leapt from the tower in despair and landed in thorny bushes, which blinded him. Years passed, and both Rapunzel and the prince wandered through the wilderness, suffering and longing for each other. Eventually, fate brought them back together. Rapunzel's healing tears fell upon the prince's eyes, restoring his sight. With joy and love, they returned to the prince's kingdom. There, they were reunited with Rapunzel's parents, who were overjoyed to see their daughter again. Rapunzel and the prince were married, living happily ever after. And so, the tale of Rapunzel serves as a reminder of the power of love, perseverance, and the possibility of finding one's happily ever after.